When most people hear the word exercise, they think of running like this. But the reality is, running is a high-impact movement. And when's the last time someone taught you how to run properly? If you run for your fitness routine, I say quit running and instead do these 3 exercises, okay? Okay, the first move that you're going to want to do to replace running is called the reverse lunge. And this is really important because the reverse lunge is the same mechanics as running, where you're stretching your hip flexors and strengthening the leg of the front side, but it's much safer and it's low impact. So here's how to do reverse lunges with good form. You're going to start with your feet right underneath your hips, your toes facing straight forward. From there, it's helpful sometimes to put your hands on your hips. That way you don't spin your hips open like this. Keep them straight forward the entire time. Now you're going to take a step back, and a big mistake most people make right here is as they step back, they almost try to balance on one line like this, and that's going to make you feel like you're going to tip over. So instead of that, imagine your feet are on straight lines like a pair of skis. Don't put your foot across like this, but just put your foot straight back like this. That'll give you much better balance, okay? From there, you're going to drop the knee down behind you and hinge through this front hip and through this front knee, and you're going to drive into this front heel to come back up and stand and come to the starting position, okay? So again, we're going to start by stepping back. We're going to keep the weight on that front heel mostly. We're going to try to push through the floor using our glute muscle. So I'm not trying to extend my knee here. I'm trying to push my heel down. I'm trying to use this glute muscle to stand back up as you go back and forth. Start slow and controlled like this. And then once you feel like your form is good, meaning you feel it in your glutes, you're keeping the weight in your heels, and you're watching your knee, it's not wobbling like this, your knee is going the same direction as your toes, then you can pick up the pace a little bit. And if you start doing this a little bit faster, it's going to be an amazing movement to strengthen your legs. And like I said, also get that benefit of stretching the hip flexors right here on every single repetition. All right, let's move on to the next movement. Okay, the second move you're going to want to do instead of running is called the low chair plank marching, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to have a chair that's about knee height, and you're going to put your hands on it and bring yourself into a plank position. Now, really importantly right here, a lot of people when they plank, they let their butt sag down like this, or they let their back sag and they stick their butt out like this. Don't do either one of those. Instead, rotate the pelvis, squeeze the glutes, and bring the body into a straight line. From there, keep this position as you start to march in place. So you're going to lift your knee up and then come back down. Lift the opposite knee up and come back down, trying to keep your hips straight forward towards the chair like this. So don't let the hips wobble from side to side as you do this. Now again, move slow and controlled at first, really feeling it in your core and perfecting the movement. Another thing that's important too is as you lift your foot up, don't point your toes down like this. Instead, lift your toes to your nose. That's going to flex these shin muscles right here, which are going to help strengthen the knee at the same time. As you get better at this, you can start to move a little faster, a little faster, a little faster, and eventually you can get to a pace where it's almost the same pace as running, but it's less impact, more work on your core, and significantly safer for all of your joints. Okay, the third and final move you should be doing instead of running is called the step jack. And just like it sounds, it is a close cousin to the jumping jack, but it's a low impact variation. Now, why I like step jacks is because you're working the lateral motion of the body, which is incredibly important. Running only works this motion straight forward, but that side to side motion helps strengthen our hips, strengthen our knees, and even strengthen our core. So here's how to do step jacks. You start with your feet together like this, toes pointing straight forward. Hands are by your sides. Now from there, you're gonna step out and put your arms overhead, and then you're gonna step your feet together on the other side and bring your arms back down. You're gonna inhale as you step out and exhale as you come back together. Now at first, you should practice this slowly to make sure you're getting good coordination out of it. And then as you get the rhythm, start moving a little faster. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, just like this. You can do this along with the other movements to work the sides of your body, to work your core, and to work the mobility of your shoulders all at the same time. Okay, now that you know the 3 moves that you should be doing instead of running to protect your joints and strengthen a lot of the rest of your body that running ignores, well, how do you put it together? Here's what you should do. You could take movement number 1, followed by movement number 2, followed by movement number 3. You're gonna do each one of those moves for 1 minute. Once you've finished that, then you go back to the top and you repeat that cycle for 3 rounds with a little bit of rest in between each to make sure that your body is recovering. Now, if you follow along to this routine using that method I just described, it should take you anywhere between 10 to 12 minutes, but it's gonna be a fantastic workout that strengthens your legs, your core, your cardiovascular system in a way that's much safer, that's low impact, and like I said, strengthens the rest of your body. So give it a shot, okay? And I hope you enjoyed this routine. Hey, if you like this video, then I highly recommend you check this out next because it's gonna help you even more. Oh, and if you want our team at WeShape to build you a customized home workout, well, just click this link right here and use our free workout builder tool. Also, remember to subscribe.